N of 1. Signaling pathways in the cell. How EGFR activates growth in a cancer cell. Epidermal growth factor receptor, EGFR, plays a role in normal cells. The binding of EGF to the EGF receptors causes a change to the receptors. Two EGF-EGFR complexes come together to form dimers. This causes EGFR activation by cross-phosphorylation, addition of phosphate groups by one receptor onto the other receptor. The phosphorylated receptors activate the PI3K-AKT protein pathway, starting with PI3K, and the MAPK-ERK protein pathway, starting with KRAS. Both pathways can be activated at the same time. Here we show the MAPK-ERK protein pathway being activated first. The kinase protein MAPK-ERK is able to move into the cell's nucleus. There, it causes the activation of nuclear factors and the activation of genes to make proteins, which are important for cell growth and prevention of cell death. The KRAS protein is also able to activate the PI3K-AKT pathway along with the activated growth factor receptors. The PI3K protein is able to activate the PIP molecule by adding a phosphate to it. Phosphatase and tensin homolog, PTEN, is a molecule that keeps the PI3K-AKT protein pathway in check. PTEN does this by removing a phosphate from the PIP molecule, which deactivates it. There is a balance between turning the PIP molecule off and on. The activated PIP molecule, PIP3, activates the AKT protein. AKT is able to activate a variety of pathways. A well-studied pathway that is related to cancer is the mTOR, mammalian target of rapamycin, protein pathway. This pathway also leads to activation of nuclear factors and expression of genes that are responsible for cell growth and prevention of cell death. In a cancer cell, which bears mutant EGFR, a similar signaling process can take place in the absence of EGF binding. Mutant EGFR is always on and doesn't need EGF binding to be active. The MAPK-ERK protein pathway is still activated by mutant EGFR, but less strongly compared to the PI3K-AKT protein pathway. The mutant EGFR preferentially activates the STAT pathway along with the PI3K-AKT protein pathway. Mutant EGFR can drive abnormal growth and survival of cancer cells. N of 1 is working hard to help patients find the best treatments for their cancers.